We are officially on, and exactly 2 minutes over. Jack just got on like 2 minutes ago, so we had to prep him a little bit. He was running a little late today.
Dinner with the kids.
Dinner with the kids. It's allowed. So I hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope you enjoyed your Mother's Day. Welcome. And now, if you look on here, we've got a new title. We keep changing it every week. We say Sunday Night Fire Chat with the boys. Sometimes it's Sunday Night with the boys. We want to make sure everybody's happy. So Sunday Night Fire Chat with the boys. Is that all good for everybody? Is that our official name now?
I'm good. I'm in.
Tom said it, and we lowered the gavel.
So I want to first thank you guys for all joining tonight. My name is Colin. I go by Broncoride on YouTube. And we're going to go around, do little introductions. I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then we'll go through each person, and they'll tell you a little bit about themselves. And then we're going to go through and do some questions. And then Bob, raise your hand there, Mr. BoDean 52. He is going to be our question boy tonight. So he's going to be going through and writing down all the questions. So again, my name's Colin. I ride a 2017 Harley Davidson Street Glide Special. I actually love that bike. I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years now, and I'm glad to be part of this group. Jack?
Hey guys, Harley Day Rider. My name is Jack, and I ride a 2018 Road Glide Ultra, and I've been vlogging since 2015.
All right. I am BoDean 52. I go by Bob. Unless I'm in trouble, then I go by other names, which is probably a later conversation. But I am in beautiful Michigan. I drive a 2018 Ultra Limited, and I also have a 2000 Road King Classic. And now our guest. And by the way, I got to say before you start, if you don't mind, I have serious beard envy, dude.
Oh, dude, let me tell you. Okay.
I shaved mine recently.
I'll introduce you to my brother, and I'll show you where I have beard envy toward. I mean, this kid's been doing the full thing since he was in high school, and he's 10 years younger than me. It looks awesome. Yeah, man. Hey, when you said you lower the gavel, I think you lowered your standards having me on here, man. But I appreciate you guys.
Never.
Not at all, man.
I appreciate you inviting me. So I'll introduce myself. I see a lot of people out here in the chat that I kind of already am familiar with, but my name's Tom. My YouTube channel is Dirty Deez, and I live in San Antonio, Texas. So we have year-round riding, which is really cool. I ride a paid-off 2007 Fat Boy.
Yeah.
I like how you said that.
That's the best kind of bike.
Well, you know what? It may be a little bit older, but that paid-off piece gives it a few extra points, I think.
Right.
Lots of cool factor. Yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, I'm just really glad that you guys invited me to be on here. It's been a beautiful day outside. Got some yard work done. Able to come in here and hang out with you guys. I mean, it feels like it's a full day, and we still got a lot of the day left. So cool.
And actually, if you guys don't, San Antonio, my folks live out about, I think, 60 miles north of you in a town called Fredericksburg.
Oh, yeah. Fredericksburg Peaches, man.
And you did a video recently, and I think it was one of your last videos where you're on the Riverwalk. And if you guys have never been to San Antonio, the Riverwalk's amazing. You can ton of good restaurants. I mean, I saw you took the bike actually on the sidewalk. I did. So it was that's a great area to visit if you've never been out to San Antonio. It's a nice area.
And you know what? Every single Air Force cadet goes through basic training here in our city at Lackland Air Force Base. So anybody who's ever been in the Air Force going all the way back, I mean, Johnny Cash did his training here in San Antonio. So you know anybody in the Air Force? They've been here.
That's
and
cool.
now you have virtual cookouts. So I mean, what else is
how much better could it get?
That's right.
Oh,
that's cool. So how this is going to work, guys, again, we're going to go through and kick it off with a couple different questions. And then we tried this last week, and just as something to do different. And BoDean 52, when he had it hosted on his channel, he did a giveaway, and we're going to do something similar. So I'm going to give a $25 Amazon gift card to one lucky viewer. And at the end, we'll go ahead and just ask a question of something we discussed and just for fun. And I'll let Bob explain what kind of happened last week with the stream. And the last 3 minutes, it was kind of hectic. And go jump in there, Bob.
Yeah. So last week we did the same thing. And with 3 minutes left, I think we kind of froze up, which was really our strategy, just not to give away the $25. So no, I'm just kidding. Actually, PA Bearded Biker was the winner of the question that came up on Motorcycle Mama. So PA, your $25 is already in the mail, so you should see it soon. So congrats, and look forward to seeing who it's going to be this week, Colin.
So pay attention, guys. So we're going to do a couple questions, and then we are going to do a rapid fire where we have 20 different questions, and most of them are like yes and no, and then we're going to go around and have everybody answer them. And then once we're done with that, Bob's going to take a couple of the questions that are in the side chat, and then we're just going to talk with you guys for about an hour. And again, thanks for joining us tonight. So the first question that we're going to ask, and we'll have Jack kick it off here, is does it upset you or demotivate you when you lose subscribers or someone dislikes your videos?
I think early on it did, but at this point it does not. I think it's a motivator builder, right? If somebody gives you a thumbs down, and you just got to work harder and do better next time for that viewer. So.
Colin, I'll tell you what, for me, other than when Jack gives me a thumbs down and says something bad about me, no, it doesn't. I think when you get, I think Jack hit it. I think when you get first started, sometimes that stuff bothers you. And at some point you get to where you're doing this for fun and you're doing it to meet people, and you become friends with people and you're commenting back and forth. So that stuff doesn't bother me. The latest one though I had a guy that told me that he hated my voice.
Yeah, that was funny.
My voice was annoying. And I'm like, dude, you kidding me? You're hurting my feelings here, right? But you get that. You get 99% of people appreciate it and have fun, and no, so it doesn't bother me at all.
That's crazy, man. You got the best voice on YouTube.
Don't tell my wife that. She likes Sean Smoke, but hey, who am I to say?
Like a lot too.
Like a lot. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, for me, it doesn't bother me. I actually expect at least two thumbs down on every video, because I've been getting exactly two thumbs down on a lot of videos. I don't know who it is, playing jokes or just messing around, but I expect that. And what I've come to find out too, I've had a couple of videos that I'm comfortable saying were kind of like breakout videos. They just put them out there and bam, bam, bam. You start seeing the views come in. You're like, whoa, man, okay, this must have been a good topic. And the bigger the video is, the more thumbs down you get. So,
yeah. What would I saw you did one recently with the Harley CEO of the boardroom. I thought that was a trip.
Was really good.
Was that a pretty good video for you? And did you get a lot of thumbs down, or how was that?
It absolutely, yeah, man. It was my best video so far, and it was kind of a parody. So the way that I came up with that idea was, I thought about some things that Harley should be doing, could be doing, but then there's a clip. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie called Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna send that clip to you guys. There's a clip in there where I think it's one of the Baldwins.
It's Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin gives this sales speech to these guys, and he's just ripping them a new one. And that's where some of those lines in that video are actually modified from that. And yeah, it took off. I got tons of subscribers, got tons of views. It still gets tons of views. So that one was good. And then another recent one was when TVS Motors out of India bought Norton.
Yeah.
So
that one.
Did a video on that one. Yep. And that one was pretty good too. But yeah, it's interesting because the bigger the video, the higher percentage of thumbs down you'll get. So I think that big video that I did on the Harley CEO, I think it's got 93% thumbs up, which is a low ratio for most videos, I think. But hey, that's what it is. I'm good with it.
I mean, here's my take is you gotta have thick skin if you're gonna be on the internet. If you're putting yourself out there, you're never gonna make everybody happy no matter what. I mean, there's always gonna be, people that like watch me, how I always describe myself. I'm just a dude on a bike who likes to talk, and I'm just riding around telling stories, doing reviews. And, if you like that kind of stuff, great. But you're still going to get people that no matter what, they're going to dislike you or they unsubscribe you, and you got to have thick skin. If you get upset about like little things like that, don't be on YouTube. Because it's going to happen. It happens to all of us. It happens to even the big creators, the small creators. You're never going to make everybody happy. I just, how I went into YouTube mainly just to interact with people, make some great friends, enjoy it. And, over the years, it's so cool that, like the three people in this panel right now, I could consider them friends, that we just chat, and it was all through YouTube. you know, and I'm not going to let one or two people or a handful of people that are just basically jackasses and they want to say mean things or anything I'm not worried about that stuff. It happens. It's part of life.
I think that's on any social media.
Yeah, exactly.
All of them.
It is. And the more creative you're going to be, I think the more you put your neck out there on the line, the more you put yourself out there to be made fun of sometimes. And if you're not willing to laugh at yourself and you're not willing to let other people think you're an idiot sometimes, then you're not going to say much. And it's all going to be right down the middle, and it's going to get really boring, I think, for you and the viewers.
And Tom, I watched your Harley CEO video. I actually called Harley and said, you need to watch this guy's video and hire him as the next CEO. He's in touch with what you need.
Yeah. Hey, and I'll only take half the salary that those bigwigs are getting. I'll tell you what.
Don't tell them that. I had your salary pretty high, but okay.
You know what? Hey, it's interesting, Tom. I think you hit it. Sometimes you're not if you're not getting a lot of dislikes, right? Sometimes you're newer, so you don't have there's not a lot of activity, so it'll come. Don't worry, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes I think of it that you're not pushing the edge, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday. I'm going to make a video here in the coming week called trailer shaming, right? About riding having your bike in a trailer. And I can guarantee there's going to be some thumbs down and some hot conversation about it, right? So sometimes you got to push it a little bit.
Yeah, and anybody watched last week's stream? I made up with Mr. Road Glide. So
thank God.
I actually subbed him. We've been chatting. Everything is really good. And I made a video today all about trailers. So I was pretty impressed with myself.
I think the bigger question is, do you think Motorcycle Mama and Nick made up with the dead cat? If those of you guys watched last week, you'll know what we're talking about.
Well, yeah, because she buried the cat in the pet cemetery and it came back.
Yep. All right, enough of that. Okay, next question, guys. Which two states would you not want to ride in and why? Not want to ride in and why? Jack.
Well, my first one is, and evening to Happy Jack, glad to see you're on board. But my first one is Juliet, Illinois, because we were there. And my wife jumped on the bike and she said, look, we got to get out of here because I'm going to get raped and you're going to get murdered. So we got to go. I don't really think I was thinking about this question all week. I don't think there is another state. We've been in a lot of the different states on the bike and we felt pretty safe and comfortable except that one place.
Yeah,
Juliet, Illinois.
Colin, that's an unfair question, man, because it's supposed to be easy for us.
It's subjective. I mean, it is a hard question.
It is hard. So in the side chat, anybody that's from New York or New Jersey, could you just mute me for a minute? No, you know what? I will say, and probably pretty unfair, I haven't rode a lot in Jersey or New York. I have rode in upstate New York, which is beautiful. But I to me, New York, especially if you're around the city, is a tough ride to me, even though I think it'd be beautiful to ride through New York City at night, right? So I think the traffic and that really gets me. But again, I know there's a lot of folks that follow all of us that are from upstate New York, and it's beautiful up there. And then to me, the part of Jersey, other than the Jersey Shore area, just seems crowded and busy to me. So really for nothing other than not experiencing probably the full states of both of those would be my two picks.
Cool. I would have to say, and excuse me if anybody's from these states, of course, just like you said, man, I'm gonna throw that disclaimer out there. But I have enough of hot weather down here in Texas. So if I had to choose, at the bottom of my list would be probably Arizona, and I think maybe New Mexico, although I've been to both places, haven't ridden there, and they're beautiful spots. Arizona has some amazing scenery, man, but dude, I just can't handle the heat sometimes. I just can't. In fact, because I always wear a full face helmet here in San Antonio, down here in Texas, if we have an off season, it's probably August, just because you'll be sitting there at the red light, just sweating in your helmet. It's just disgusting. So just plainly based on the heat factor, I'd put those two up there.
You know where I want to ride by you? How far are you away from Texas Hill Country? You're not too far, right? About an hour.
40 minutes away. I'm 40 minutes away.
That's a beautiful area. A lot of people don't realize it's out there. That's actually some really nice area out there, Hill Country.
Yeah, it's amazing. And when was it? Easter weekend, I took a ride out to Medina Lake, which is not far from Texas Hill Country, and then cut across this back area, man. And it's like, just can't believe sometimes the places that you find when you get a little bit lost.
That's cool. So my two states, there's not a lot out here, and we're not trying to pick on the East Coast here. But what's in Delaware? Not much. I mean, here's why I wouldn't really want to ride to Delaware is they don't have any national parks. They're the only state in the nation, I don't know if you guys know this, that they don't have any national parks. It's kind of flat. And it's right next to mine too. So it's like you go Maryland and it borders to Pennsylvania, borders to Maryland. But there's just not a lot out there unless you like beaches. So there's Rehoboth Beach out there. But I just don't see people going, let's do like a motorcycle meetup in Dover, Delaware. It's just not happening. And the other one is Connecticut. I went there last year, and I know Happy Jack's in here. I know they're close. He's Massachusetts, but the roads are just really not that good in Connecticut. They're rough. Now, surrounding those areas, I didn't have that issue with I know, Bob, you mentioned New York.
Mm-hmm.
Upstate New York is phenomenal. We went up through, when I went up to New York a couple of years ago or through New Hampshire and Vermont, went north of Pennsylvania into New York and then went through the middle of New York. It's beautiful out there. Some great roads. But Connecticut, when I went through there, a little rough. So that's the only probably of the two states in the nation. And it's funny, none of us mentioned, and I saw him in here earlier, I don't know if he's still in here, Blacktop. Most people would probably say Nebraska, Iowa, like those real flat states, Kansas, even eastern Colorado. If you guys don't know, there's Colorado, just the middle of the state, to the left of it, to the west, is all mountains, but to the east is just flat, boring. It's not the best place to ride.
Yeah, but we traveled out there. We met a lot of really nice corn growers, farmers.
A lot of farmers.
They'll talk your ear off. We would stop at these little convenience stores and just start chatting, and they would just talk your ear. Such nice people, and they never leave that area. All they do is farm corn.
But it is, Bob, to your point, it's a tough question because everybody has a different idea of what, is it more scenic, taxes, like everything you can look at is like, what is like a good place to, or a place you really wouldn't ride. But in theory, I think every state you could go out there and find something good in it. If you think about it.
Yeah. You know what, Colin, I was down in Tampa a couple months ago and saw a lot of people out riding. So I'm like, Floridy'd be great. Who cares if it's hot? Like Tom, who cares if it's hot for a couple months? We're in the winter, right? And then I'm watching some videos lately of these bugs that they have in Florida. What are they called?
Love bugs. I think they're the love bugs, right?
Yeah, the love bugs. And people got crap all over them and all over their bikes. And I don't know. That doesn't look very fun to me.
Okay, guys. Now, what we're going to do here in a second, we're going to go through and talk about rapid fire. So we have, and Bob did this last week, and he came up with, I think you did 20 questions, right, Bob?
Yep.
And then we'll go through, and they're basically yes and no answers. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I thought it was a pretty cool idea that you did. Did you get some good feedback from doing this?
I did. A couple people thought I was crazy, but it was good feedback.
Because you had some really good questions. So we're gonna wait a second because Mr. HDR is, as you can see here, is taking a bathroom quick break. So we're gonna wait for let's see, 5 seconds. We'll go ahead and start without him. So we'll go ahead and start with Bob, then Tom. So
aren't we like 20 minutes in?
I know he couldn't wait. Oh, there he is. Okay. Go to full screen. I gotta use the bathroom.
I told you. I said, cover me. I gotta go.
I get late cover for like 30 seconds, man.
Bob usually could talk longer than that.
Yeah, he can.
So anyway, are you guys ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Yeah, ready.
Okay, Apple or Android?
I'm first Apple.
Apple.
Yeah, I have an Apple.
Apple.
No
Smokies,
kidding.
Rockies, or Adirondacks? Smokies, Rockies, or Adirondacks? Which would you say is your favorite?
Smokies and the Rockies.
That's not one. Can I have two?
Smokies?
You can never follow directions, man.
What?
You said Smokies and the Rockies or the Adirondacks?
Yeah.
One
Sure. I say Smokies. Smokies for me.
I'm going with the Rockies.
I'm going totally with the Rockies. All right, Yosemite or Yellowstone?
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
I'm going Yosemite.
I'm going Yellowstone by all means.
Oh, I'm the last man out.
Yes, you are. Chicken or cow?
Cow.
Cow. Come on.
Yep, cow all day.
I like my steaks. Do you wear the same clothes more than 2 to 3 days at a time?
In the current world, yes.
I've been wearing this shirt for like a week. Actually, I knew this question was coming, and I had a hoodie on, and I'm like, I think I wore this yesterday, so there's no way I can answer the question. So no, I other than blue jeans, yes, but normally no.
Yeah, I'll say not consecutively, but within a week, I'll probably wear the same T-shirt twice.
I'll be honest. There's days where I'll go 2 to 3 days wearing the same clothes. I'll just crash in my clothes, and like I think I actually wore this last week. Now I did wash it, but normally that does happen from time to time. All right, regular or synthetic oil on the bike? Regular or synthetic oil?
Synthetic.
Same synthetic.
Synthetic, same thing. Truck or car?
Car.
Oh, come on, truck guy. I'm a truck guy.
Yeah, I got to go with the truck.
Truck by far. Are you a sports fan or no?
Yes.
Face painting sports fan.
Not a boy.
Wow, that's big.
Only
I'll say, yeah. I'm a basketball sports fan.
College or pro?
Yes. And I'm an absolute yes. My name actually is derived from the Denver Broncos. That's where Broncoride comes from. So absolutely I am. Do you say dude or man more?
Dude.
I have been told by human resources I got to quit saying dude, you can't do that. So it's dude for me.
For me, it's man. And I got to edit some of those out of some of the videos too. It's just there's too many mans in there.
I say dude, but like when I do comments though, when I leave comments to people that like when I respond, I say man a lot. I don't just like, hey dude, what's up? But like in normal every day, I think I say dude more. Would you rather ride in Alaska or Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Wow. I think I got to go with Hawaii too.
Yeah. Alaska looks nice, but Hawaii, you got a lot of nice scenery, man, especially if you go by the beaches. You're going to find some nice scenery on the beach.
All right, I'm going to be the odd man out here. I'm totally Alaska, surrounded by the mountains. Nothing wrong with Hawaii, but I've been there, but I'd rather do Alaska.
There's no bikinis in Alaska.
Bikinis in Alaska. That's what I was thinking. There's no bikinis in Alaska.
And this is a good segue. Oceans or mountains? What do you prefer?
Mountains.
Mountains.
Ocean for me.
Oh, totally mountains. Completely. Will you parachute out of a plane?
Yes.
Why would anybody in their right mind jump out of a perfectly good airplane? No, I would not do that.
No. I would, depending on the instructor that I was tandem to. Yeah.
This is on my bucket list. I completely want to do this. I would love to parachute and free fall. I did bungee jump. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this. I actually work at a place when I was in Colorado, bungee cord business, where I would jump, and it'd be like 200 feet. And we were right above this place called the Animas River. And we'd set the tension where you'd go down in the water about 10 feet. And so you drop down on the recoil. And a lot of people don't know this, but when you jump, a lot of people think that it's the fear of jumping and like, hey, oh my God, it's 200 feet. Let's not jump. It's the recoil that's actually the hardest part. So like when you jump down and they recoil you, where you've got that feeling of being in like midair, that's intense. But if you guys haven't done that, I would highly recommend trying that. It's so much fun doing bungee cord jumping. You don't see a lot of that. I know last year when we went to that West Virginia meetup with you guys, they do that every year on the Royal Gorge Bridge.
Yep.
Yeah. So
people bungee jump off that bridge. I'm like, I got to try this. That'd be a blast. So absolutely, yes. I love taking a risk. That'd be fun. Do you guys still have a landline in your house?
No.
Landline phone?
Nope.
No.
God, I need to get with the times. I still have one. It's a total waste of money.
Tom's laughing. You got one, don't you, Tom?
No, I don't have one. But when you say a landline, man, I mean, like,
you're like, what line? What?
Is it the rotary or what?
Big numbers on the phone.
That's the 70s. Tom's like, I'm on here with a bunch of old guys.
No, I remember the day when you had to drag it into the garage to have a private conversation with your little girlfriend. Yeah, I was there.
Hey, the only way I could find my sister when we were younger is to follow the phone cord. It was wrapped around the steps and up. You can never find it. She'd be in a closet.
Hey, Tom, we were down in Mexico a couple years ago, and they have the old phones still outside, right? So I took a picture of one, and I put it on my Facebook account, and I swear my daughter said, "What is that?" I'm like, "Really?" She's like 23 at the time. I'm like, "Come on." So
Wow. Yeah.
I definitely need to get rid of mine. It's a total waste of money, but I do have one still.
Who calls them on it? Who do you call on that thing? I gotta ask.
Nobody I mean, the only people that call are the telemarketers. That's the only people. And now I get that on the cell phone too. It's insane. I don't know why I have it. I gotta get rid of it. Do you guys eat out a lot, or do you dine in more?
Dine in. We cook a lot.
You know what? I would say dine in, but nowadays, I think Tom was talking earlier. He went and ate out today, so just to get out would be nice. So normally dine in, I would say.
I agree.
I would say we have traditionally. Last year we ate out of our house. We ate in restaurants a lot, man. And at the end of the year, I said, "Hey, look, we got to quit going out to all these dinners and stuff when we got food at the house." And that kind of coincided with now cooking a lot more at home. So I would say, really, I'm starting to like it. So eat in.
There's a place out by you. I keep referring back to this Texas thing, and forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. Is it Lukenbach?
Yeah, Lukenbach, Texas, exactly.
Fabulous food. I remember when we went out there. That was free. One of my best experiences with eating out was out there in Lukenbach, and they got some live music out there. I mean, you can probably speak to it more than I can. I only went there one time.
Okay, so where you went was the post office and that little area where you ride back into that little kind of twisty gravel road.
Yeah.
That is actually the town. That entire thing right there is the township of Lukenbach. That's it. It's that post office. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was a good time out there. I really enjoyed it. So
can't wait to get back to it.
We do eat in a lot more. I mean, mostly, but I do like supporting the restaurants too. I'm a big if you guys watch the Food Network at all? Or am I the only one that watches that?
Nope.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Oh, yeah.
I got the app on my iPhone.
Yeah, I have the app too. I love that. And so, actually, when we go out riding, I try to find a local place.
Yeah.
On that app, and because whatever that cat's name is, Guy Fieri. And so I always want to check it out. And that app shows all the restaurants that he's featured over the years, and that's awesome when you go out riding, you find one of those places and pig out and enjoy that food.
When we were in Hawaii, we actually went to a restaurant from his. It was an Irish pub. So, clear in Hawaii. We're like, hey, I got the app. We had to find one of his restaurants. I mean,
and that was a question, Colin, by the way. So when you eat out, is it restaurant or pub?
I'd be more of a pub guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pub guy here too.
I'm a pub
Pub
guy.
for me too.
I like the sitting in a pub, trying the different brews that they have. Do you guys use cruise control on your bike?
Yes, on long trips.
Rarely, but long trips, I would agree.
Man, I don't even have cruise control on my bike.
Yeah, but it's paid off. So, hey,
disregard that. It's paid off, exactly. I do on long trips, definitely. What's your favorite movie?
it has to be The Net with Sandra Bullock.
The Net.
The Net.
Wow, you know what? I'm a mafia type guy, but I gotta tell you what, Field of Dreams, no doubt.
You took mine.
My favorite movie for sure, Field of Dreams.
Yeah, there's an old movie called Blood In, Blood Out. Good movie. Yeah, it's about East LA barrio gangster type dudes. It's a pretty cool message.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So Bob took my answer. Actually, that's wild that we both have the same favorite movie. If you build it, they will come. My second is Braveheart. I love it. Big fan of that Braveheart. What's your favorite month?
Favorite what?
Month.
I would say June because that's vacation month.
I would say, even though I like the fall for riding, April, because that's the first time, at least in the east and the north, that you can really get out and ride.
Cool. December, birthday month, and always take my vacation time in December.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's cool. October for me, that's mainly because you can get out and see all the leaves changing. And it's like the perfect time to ride in the fall. It's before it gets really too cold. So kind of along the same line, what is your least favorite month?
I would probably have to go with January. It's just cold.
February cold.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good one. Yeah, I'll probably go in January because everybody's starting everything new and everyone's got all these things that they're coming up with that they're going to do. And they always ask me about resolutions, and I don't know what to tell them.
I'm a Pisces, so I won't say February, but I will say January. So we got 3 for January here. And do you guys rev bomb in tunnels?
Only when I'm recording.
That a boy.
Of course. Yes.
Mandatory rev bombs, always.
Do it. I would do it too. The last one. Do you prefer leather or textile?
It all depends who she is. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. Most of it's textile.
Who's our normal stalker that we all have that thumbs us down? Again, Colin, before you answer this one.
Samantha.
So because Samantha could be watching under a different name this week, I'll say leather.
I'll go with leather.
I'm a leather guy. All right, guys. Thanks for doing the rapid questions. Bob, do we have any questions from the side chat that you want to add?
Oh,
to the discussion?
I was supposed to write those down? Oh, okay. No, I got a couple. All right. So recently, Tom, you've been doing a live stream with Grilling Out, which has been cool. I've seen a couple of those. Chicken, your favorite? I know we talked a little earlier about chicken or cow. Yeah. What was cooking yesterday?
Yesterday we had 13 drumsticks, and the whole point of this grill and chill. Number one, I grill once a week anyway. Might as well set up the cameras and just hang out. These are just real informal, no topic type of hangouts. But my real point of it, the real idea behind it is how much food can you really cook for under $20? Because there are a lot of folks out there who are going, maybe getting their hours cut. They had to close down their business. Like, it's hard times, man. It can be stressful. But dude, I got a package of 13 drumsticks for $4.33. Wow. And then we got these ribs. I think it was like 6 huge ribs for like $12. So we came in under 20. I like to cook meat best, but chicken is super fast. So I do a little of both usually.
Dude, I want to be your neighbor. Memphis Mike's the same way. Memphis Mike is always out grilling, and we got to move next to that guy because he's got it together for sure.
You know what? Yeah, man. And when you do that much food, and I only have 3 people, including myself, that live in this house right now. Yeah. And we did give some to the neighbor next door. She kind of lives by herself. And what else are you going to do? That food is so cheap. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of money to make a bunch of meals. We still got a whole bunch of it in the fridge for later this week.
Yeah, that's great. All right, Broncoride. You recently did a video on I don't know, you're getting a new truck frame, I think is it, for your old truck. Did you get that
$12,000 recall?
Yeah, $12,000 recall. What's the status of that?
The status is that the factory that makes it is still closed. So I'm going to have the RAV4, if you guys haven't seen that video, but I was originally only supposed to have it for a month, and now I'm going to have it probably another 45 days. So I'm getting basically a RAV4 for 2.5 months while they're waiting for this factory to reopen, and so they could actually send it to the dealership, and then I'll get that fixed, and then I'll have my old truck back. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no kidding. God, I hate to ask this question, but I feel obligated. Question from the blue bike girl that Colin has a restraining order. I'm just kidding. Says, do you guys get here? She's here. Do you ever get weird looks from other people while motovlogging? I know that sexy Colin uses hand gestures a lot. And again, I thought your mother was out at dinner. I don't know how she got in and she's like,
Mom!
Oh, I'm on the phone. So do you get weird looks?
My wife just popped her head in and said, "What?"
You get weird
no, I think that's actually a good question. Do we get weird looks when we're out motovlogging? Sometimes, I mean, I think where I'd see more if I go into a convenience store or a store, like if I'm going shopping, I'll take my helmet off. But if I'm going in like get gas or something, I'll leave the helmet on. And then you get these people, what is that, a camera on your head? Yeah. Are you on YouTube? And you're on YouTube now. So yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, but I don't think I get dirty looks. It's a good question. What do you guys think?
About you,
Yeah.
Jack?
Yeah, I've done it a few times, and if somebody asks me if that's a camera on my helmet, I tell them no, it's a GPS antenna for the bike. And they're like, "Oh, okay," and they don't know any different, so they just let it go at that. But and a lot of my cameras, I don't wear the cameras you guys with the GoPro on the chin thing. Mine's on the side, so they really don't know what it is. So and I can't think if I ever wore it in a store. So I never tried that.
Hey, that would be great video. We should all do that. What do you think?
Yeah.
How about you, Tom?
Yeah, I don't think people notice me talking in my helmet as much as I have seen people kind of looking over like, is that a camera? But I also do a lot of videos off the bike, and that's sometimes it's with the whole gimbal contraption and all that. And yeah, it's kind of weird at the beginning. Yeah. I have had people ask me like, "Oh, what are you doing? Are you making a video or what?" And I'm like, "Obviously, I'm making a video, but I'll just tell them that I'm doing a project."
Yeah,
and it kind of takes a lot of weight off of my shoulders, because if you say, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this for my YouTube video," then people kind of like, "What? Okay, well, like, what's it called?" But if you just tell them, "Hey man, I'm doing a video project,"
just tell them you're doing a high school project next time. They'll be like, "What the?"
I'll shave up.
They'll just walk away. They don't know you're still in high school. You could be 30. Come on.
I don't know if you guys know this or not. Like my state, I think there's only 11 states in the entire United States that have this. So two-party consent states. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, where you have to ask people if you're if it's public domain, if like you're out on the road, you don't have to ask them. But like if you're up close and people like have a notion of having privacy, you actually have to ask them, "Do you mind if you're on YouTube?"
Yeah.
So like if I'm like in a small place and if I'm recording, I actually have to go back and ask them, "Do you mind?" And if not, I got to blur them out. And Maryland's one of those two-party consent states where they have to give you consent. I don't know if I don't know the 11 states, but I just know we're one of them. It's kind of weird.
I like Happy Jack's response to that question. He said that he tells people he wears a camera, so if they run over him and kill him, his wife will have proof. That's great. That's a way to think about it.
Yeah, I would tell you I've had a couple of people ask me if I have a YouTube channel or what I'm doing, right? So, and by the way, just to clarify, Blue Biking Girl, we appreciate you, and we all think Colin is sexy. So we're glad you're here every week. So thank you for that, right?
Only on Thursdays.
Oh, Colin, that's a sight I can't get out of my mind.
Doing it for you, Bob.
All right. This one was from Mr. McStash, which is BoDean. You did not mention that you hate Ohio as your two worst states because you always talk bad about Ohio. Oh. And I actually love Ohio. And a lot of people that I'm friends with that follow the channel are from Ohio. There's some great Amish riding in Ohio that I want to do more of. Want to get out there and meet a bunch of folks. And if you can see back here, I just, for Mr. McStash, made sure that I had my Michigan U of M helmet out. So go blue. So thanks for tuning in, Mr. McStash. Can we do the giveaway today with Tom's Rush poster?
Nice poster.
Man, that's up to you, bud.
I'll tell you, oh man, I don't know about this one, but I know where you can get one. So I'll tell you what, we can figure out how to get that poster to somebody. It won't be mine, but it will be the same poster.
There you go.
That's your call. If you could help me with that, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll share it with you, man. I think it was only about.
Well, whoever wins, we'll let that person decide if they want to do it.
Yeah. Wasn't that from the local carnival where you picked a duck out and you're like, "Hey, I won the poster"?
Yeah. Who would have known they were worth money now, right?
Tom's like, wait, no.
Yeah, it won't be this one though.
I remember that. A cranky old guy says, "No, Mrs. BoDean really has your channel, pal." Yeah, no kidding, buddy. I understand that.
Hey, I wanted to address Mr. GRD. The Moonshine and Cracker video was shot with the Ghost, not the Senna.
Yeah, so that was out this morning, right? HDR.
Yeah, it came out before I received the Senna.
Yeah. Hey, and by the way, speaking of that, I know a lot of folks follow all of us, and really appreciate Tom coming on today. So make sure that you're checking his channel out. We'll make sure to leave that in the description. And Tom, I think you have an Instagram page as well, but Dirty Deez on YouTube is awesome. He's one of the guys that I watched, not only because I like him, but I learn a lot from. So I want to make sure we get that out there.
Don't search for Dirty Deeds because they were done dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get that little FBI thing that says you've entered an illegal site, it's not his channel.
It's not
right.
When you go out, ice cream or not? When you're out for a ride, we all go out for ice cream a lot of times when we're on our bikes. I know my wife always wants that. So,
Jack, me personally, if I could do it, definitely, I'll definitely do it.
Okay.
Occasionally, yeah.
How about you, Colin?
I mean, you guys ever had you got Dairy Queens by you, right?
Sure. Yeah.
The Blizzards.
The Blizzard.
Those are awesome.
Tropical Blizzard.
I'm a big Snickers guy, so
Snickers,
I love Snickers. So I'll get that ground up in the friggin'
Yeah,
chocolate.
but Mrs. H always wants extra candy, and I know it's going to cost me more, so I kind of like to just drive by it when she's with me because I know she's going to cost me an extra 60 cents. So
I did a video with Mrs. BoDean last week that I'll show this next Friday, and it was about our neighbors who invited us to a little block party a couple weeks ago. And I'm telling you, she mentioned this ice cream place about 5 times while we were on the bike. So I'm like, guess what? It's going to be an ice cream video because we ended up having to go or else. So paid off or financed? Tom, you talked earlier, your bike is paid off, which is
yes,
sweet.
thank God. Yes, thank goodness.
You're probably one of the few. Jack?
Yeah, I wish I kept them long enough to pay them off.
I still have a couple years left. So yeah, I financed it.
Yeah, I own one payoff on one. Motorcycle Mama says, heck with leather. Can you guys please put on Wranglers at the next break? I don't know if there was a question there or that was a comment. So
oh man, Wranglers. Geez. I live in Texas. I don't even own Wranglers.
I wonder if Motorcycle Mama's secretly Samantha.
I don't think so. All right. Couple more. You back your bike in or pull straight in?
I back in.
Yeah, I typically back in when I can.
I pull straight in.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow. I back in too.
Bob made that sound kind of odd. Like,
yeah, that was a little awkward.
The motorcycle went forward.
Yeah, who does that? Motorcycle Mama says, shh. Okay. Hey, when we're done with this, we got to find out is that really Samantha? Gas tank full. Number 1. What type of gas do you use? For me, if I ride my truck, I'm a guy. I see how low I can get it before I have to get gas. But do you do that with your bike?
I've seen you do that with your bike too. So don't get it.
Once.
I've seen you on videos like, I hope I can make the station. But yeah, I use high test gas and I buy it when I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use the cheap stuff, and I would love to tell you that I always park it in my garage full, but it's usually, if I'm going to go out and meet somebody, I'm rushing to get out of the house to fill up before I get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm usually like a quarter tank, and then I'll fill up. I mean, I look at the range, especially on long trips. I'll say, all right, I got another 10, 15 miles in me. I can get to the next stop. But normally it's like quarter tank. And I use the 93. I think all of us, we all have to use premium.
No, I think
my bike
Tom doesn't.
Yeah, I got to use that 93 crap.
Let's go. Tom has that bike, that paid off bike. You can put cheaper gas in when the bike.
I probably put water in it.
We're really envious of the paid off bike, as you can see.
Yeah, we're very envious.
Well, look, let me tell you about this bike, how I got it. Unfortunately, I made the down payment with insurance money I got from a wreck that I was in from my bike before. So it is a blessing to have it. I was able to put a good down payment on it, and I bought it used. It was in the back of the showroom. They hadn't even put it on the showroom yet. It was in the back of the warehouse or something. And the guy said, come here, let me show you this one first. And it was $10,000. That was it.
Yeah. And Tom, yours is a Fat Boy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. It was on a video a while ago. I've always, I have an Ultra Limited, but I bought a 2000 Road King. And a lot of it was because I've always wanted a Road King, but I really liked when watching your videos. And I just love the big headlights that we got, right? I mean, on my Road King, it has that big headlight. The little, what do they call that? A window purse is what I call it. Whatever the heck that. Nobody be offended, but I took the purse that's on it's a windshield bag, I guess.
Oh, okay, I
took that off just because I like that old look, and can I run? I guess I don't need to put premium in a 2000, then, do I?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't think so. I mean, if you go back and check the owner's manual, when I bought mine, the guy said, "Look, I'll show you right here. It says just put in the regular old 86 or whatever the heck it is."
Because I put high test stuff in my Ultra for sure, but all right,
Bob, that offended me.
You'll get over in time. Do you have a favorite dealership that you go to? And this isn't whether you take it there for service, and whether you're a Harley guy or a gal or something else. And do you ever go in there just to hang out and look at bikes? Colin, we know you do because you've done videos on yours, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have a relationship with my local dealership, and I'm real blessed that because I know there's a lot of Harley dealers out there that basically, to make it blunt, they suck. But there's others that are really solid, and like the one by me, I'm very lucky that they're outstanding. They go out of their way to take care of you, and they want to make sure that things are right with your bike. And yeah, absolutely. I've done some work with them, and I've made some videos for their dealership just to help them out. But yeah, I'm real lucky because I only have, I think within the Washington, D.C. area, I think there's probably within 60 miles of me, there's probably like 4 dealerships, and I've been to 3 of them, and they're not bad, but mine I'm real lucky with. So I'll keep going to them. What do you think, Jack?
I have a dealership that they used to do a lot of my service until I figured out that you can buy wrenches pretty inexpensively and do your services yourself and save, tons of money. But they do the big stuff, the overhauls, transmissions, or anything I want done, the engine work. I try to stay out of the showroom because I get tired of people always coming up, "Hey, you had that bike for a year. You ready to trade it?" And, and I'm just not. And you get tired of that hard sell stuff in the sales room. So, but, and the only time I didn't get that, one time myself and Bingo pulled into a lot, walked in, the guy says, "Hey, what bikes you riding?" We said 2018s, and it was 2018. He just walked away. So that's the best way. Buy a new bike every year, and they never bother you.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, for me, I have, since I've just been in Michigan here probably 6 or 7 months, there's a dealership that's about 5 minutes from my office. So if I ever need to kind of get away, I do got to say I'm one of those guys that will just kind of pop in and look around. And so guilty. How about you, Tom?
Yeah, there's one not too far from me, and I like going in there. They know I'm never going to buy a bike, but I'll go in there and see if they've got something like in the, super cheap bin, the $15 t-shirts. I'll check those out. But then they also have, this dealership does an incredible job. I think it's every Sunday or every Saturday and they'll start back up, but they bring in a band, and they've got like some kind of charity hot dog sale, and they've got like all kinds of stuff just to attract people. Sometimes they'll have a car show out there. I did a video one time where they had a pinup contest, which was pretty cool. So they had the girls coming out dressed up like, World War II pilot, whatever. I mean, they try to do what they can. It's funny. They sent out an email last week saying, "Hey, just to let you guys know, we're opening the sales floor again, but you have to have a mask, and we're only going to let in 10 people at a time." And I'm like, dude, you guys never have 10 people in there. I go in there and it's dead every time.
Hey, yeah, Tom,
that's funny.
Is Caliente by you?
Exactly. That's the one I'm talking about.
That's the one you're talking, because it's funny because I did they have these things called the Harley Davidson Bar and Shield Awards. I did a video a couple weeks back on it, and that one was the top dealership in the country, platinum, I believe, in 2018, or maybe it might have been 19, but yeah, I figured that was by you. It was in San Antonio.
It was. It's an amazing place, and I was there when they celebrated that, and I got to talk to the manager about it for a little bit, and we did a little thing. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, they try to bring in as many people as they can for events, and they know that if you build that relationship with the dealership, you're comfortable coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the first time I walked into a Harley Davidson dealership, and I had always passed it. I always wanted to go in, but for whatever reason, I never went in until after I had already bought a bike off of Craigslist. Then I went to the dealership.
Yeah, do they know you by name in any of your dealerships? I can tell you that I bought a bike at Jack's dealership, and when I walked in, they're like, "Oh, you're Jack's buddy, right?" So mine does not know me by name yet. I don't know, Colin. Yours probably does.
Yeah,
right?
I'm in there a lot. So yes, they do. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Tom, how about you? They know you by name?
Nah, they don't know me by name, man.
All right. Hey, Colin, I know we have 5 more minutes to the hour, so 2 quick questions for the panel. A lot of people must be hungry because they're talking about cooking. So, gas or charcoal? What do you cook with?
Let's see. I'll start with mine here. I cook. Hold on, there it is. I have this thing called the green egg. I can't spit it out. My wife got it for me about a year ago, and that thing's awesome. It's charcoal. It's not gas, and cooking with charcoal is so much better than gas, in my opinion. But those things are I can't think of it. They've got the Komodo grills. I think that's what they're called. But they're outstanding. If you guys have never cooked with one of those, you can control the temperature on them really, really well. And good stuff. How about you, Tom?
Man, I'm going to out myself as a gas guy. I would like to do charcoal more, but I just got so used to the convenience of that propane tank and just firing it up.
Yeah.
At the risk of sounding like a wuss, it's been gas.
What's your last question? HCR had to step away for a minute.
All right. Do you demo rides? And if you do, why?
Yes, I do demo rides. They're fun. That's the most important thing is you get out and try a couple different bikes. They have demo days probably at a lot of dealerships by you guys where you actually could sit down and take a bunch of different rides. I've never actually done a demo day. I'll just go in and one of the cool things about Harley, I don't know if it is with your guys' dealership, but most Harley dealerships will just let you take a ride. I mean, obviously you have to sign your life away and then, give them all your information. But for the most part, they let you take the bike out. Now, my local one, they have like a little route, like a 5-mile loop that they'll let you take it on. I know some dealerships where they'll go with you. They'll actually have to escort you. But the ones that I've dealt with around locally, they don't do that. So they let me take it out. So I've taken a couple bikes out. I actually took out that the live wire recently just for a spin on that. I know it's not the most popular bike. Everybody's bitching about the EV and the price tag, but that is an amazing bike. If you guys have ever been on that, I highly recommend at least trying it. It's a fun experience, but I thoroughly enjoyed doing the demos. I do. How about you, Tom?
I don't do the demos. I'd like to, but I don't know. There are so many out there, and I know when you do a demo ride, usually you will get a ton of views on those. So that could change. I wouldn't mind doing it, but yeah, I'm usually kind of behind the curve.
How about you, Jack?
Yeah, and it's funny that Tom said that about a ton of views. I go back, my 2016 Street Glide Special is one of my highest viewed. I mean, it has probably 5,000 views on that video.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a demo, and it's funny because I guess people are still in the market for a 2016 Street Glide Special. I think, was that the one you had, Bob? Was it a 16?
It was.
Yeah. So I made Bob sell his and step up, and no, his wife did that. I had nothing to do with that.
Right. You owe me 30 grand still, pal.
Yeah. I love the demo rides. We've traveled up to 2.5 hours, myself and my buddy Henry. You guys have seen him on my videos. And to do demo rides. I mean, it's just fun. It's something to do.
Yeah, you know what? I have not, like you, Jack, I've seen those videos and they do well. I know PA Bearded Biker, who is a buddy of all of ours, does a lot of those too. It's had some recent ones. Man, I'm afraid I may buy one of them. So I've just never done one, but I'm like Tom, it may be fun to go do one, right? So
yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Do what I do though. Take a picture, send it to your wife, and Miss Sarah will text me back. No way, Buster. Just keep riding.
Keep riding.
If we're gonna replace our bike, we probably should send a picture to it too. Let it know it's coming, right? So
That's true.
I get it.
Bob, you have any more questions?
I think we're good for now.
Okay, guys, are you ready for your? Let's see. We don't know if we're going to do the Rush poster in the back behind Deez's head there, which is obviously not that one, but depending on the person who wins. So earlier, and again, the first person to comment. So Bob, I'll put you in charge of this. You can look to see the first person that comments here.
I got it.
One person in this panel mentioned a city that he would not ride to in Illinois. What was that city?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, come on, guys.
Nobody
in the chat.
Nobody in the chat remembers that.
Yes, a city in Illinois.
Let's see. The thing is, Nick was close. That's your decision, Bob. What do you think? Judges, will Nick's answer a jokey?
I think he did start right.
I think minus the spelling, which is cool. I think Nick is the guy that put it in there twice before anybody else. So
yeah, good job, Nick. So Nick, if you follow my Instagram or my Facebook page, you can direct message me on that, and I'll get the information from you, and then we'll decide what you'd like. So congratulations on that. So let's go around the horn, guys. And first, thank you again, the Dirty Deez, Mr. Tom, for joining us for this hour. I had a great time with you, and I'm sure the other guys did too as well. Thank you guys very much for joining as always. And we always ask this, and do you guys enjoy this? I mean, is this something you want us to continue doing? Because we did this totally off a whim. I think this is our fourth or fifth one, guys, that we've done. Fifth one. And, we enjoy it. It's just a good way of getting out and talk to you guys for an hour and just have fun. And, we have no agenda. It's just getting out there and talking about whatever comes to mind. So hopefully you guys will continue to, join us every week. We do rotate it weekly. So this is my week where it's on my channel. And then who's next week? Is it you or it's Jack, right?
Yeah.
It's HDR's channel.
Yeah.
So, and then it'll go to BoDean, and then just 3-week rotation type deal. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Jack?
Yeah, Tom, thanks a lot. And, I keep trying to, if you ever see my head on my last video, the unboxing, it was kind of like this for some reason. So I think what I need to do, and, with Tom.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The cool look.
Can't go wrong with that.
I don't have to worry about the beak now being straight, right? It's just
great.
It's perfect every time. So
yeah.
Plus it says Honda Goldwing right there. I mean, Harley Davidson right there. So, but no, Tom, actually, hey, I had a hard time finding you on Instagram. I'm sorry. That was me. They kept saying Dirty Deeds. And I'm like, done dirt cheap. I couldn't find you.
Yeah.
But you do have a cool channel, man. I like watching you. I do appreciate you coming on here and being with us for Sunday night and hanging out. I hope you had fun. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. This was awesome. And yeah, it's just for you guys to invite me to come on here. I really appreciate it. It's such a great time of the day too. I mean, there are a lot of people just kind of winding down their Sunday. Some parts of the country, it's still a little bit on the earlier side. It's not one of these, 3 hour till 2 a.m. drag your ass through it type of chats. It was very fun.
Yeah. And I just want to say thanks to everybody that's joined us. Right. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers that are on, and make sure you called yours. I'm sure that you have, if you're fortunate to still have them around. Thanks, Tom. One of the things I've always appreciated about Tom and his channel is I'm a half glass full guy, and Tom's a pretty positive, motivating type guy just naturally. So check out his channel, and just a super good guy. And thanks everybody for joining. We look forward to another week next week.
Okay, guys, we're signing off. Thanks for everything.
Peace out, everybody.
Thanks. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.